Yo, yo, yo. Sorry about that, guys. I know that was a really messed up intro. I'm sorry about that. I had spent last night actually going through the mods and everything on here. As you see, we have some new ones. I didn't actually change the ambiance of the room. There's a mod called ROR, Auto Ambiance. So it automatically changes what you're seeing like in the room as the day goes by. The four ambiances that you have, or they made another one, all change equally across at like every couple hours or whatever, just to make it look like it's reflecting outside. Alright then. I did a little bit last night, like all those potion ingredients we had. I went and made all the potions I had available to them. Um, but ended up like harvesting some of these. I didn't do much. But that's, I mean, pretty much all I. Oh, one thing I did do, almost forgot to mention. As you can see, everything is kind of moved around in here, and then Coopers are having a kid. I did go and look up that whole problem that I mentioned about like certain bees or like for certain biomes and whatnot. It's kind of based on that. So I went and fixed that. Let me put the nifflers back in here. They don't like this biome, but we don't have a good one. So this one actually ended up getting the moon calves, which is really weird considering that the moon calves were specifically in like the forest area, which was the other one. You'd think that would be where they like, but apparently not. And again, sorry about the start late. Ended up, I was checking the mods on here and doing last minute things. I completely forgot. And then here's this. We're missing the only other one for in here, which is the Graphorn. So the Neasels are in here for now. Niffler can't go in here because the Hippogriff doesn't get along with it. It was just a Reddit post. But again, sorry for the start late. I was checking out the mods and everything, so I completely forgot to go and hit my start stream button. I am sorry about that. But it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like I started talking and be like, wait, I'm not even on. At least it wasn't one of those scenarios. But we are going to be doing these quests today. Curfew is in effect. Oh yeah, so I did. It was F7. That makes sense. So when it says it is off, we'll have to change. We'll have to see when it comes off. Because if it's too late, we'll have to try and manually start it. Like switching it to auto. Or manual and then auto. So I'll have to figure it out. I actually read the page some more, so I found that. F6. This is actually for the spells enhanced. You can see every single spell they've added. They've added a lot of spells. F6 again. Shift F6 brings that one up. This is that cheap plus that I have. I haven't been using it. Trade bulk. I could literally come in here and give myself max amount of liquid luck. But I mean, add level. Maybe try that when it's supposed to have a talent thing. But it was mod that added 4 talent points. So it was supposed to basically get those last couple that you didn't get originally. Let me try spending a point. Other one. Oh, and yes, I ended up another mod that actually reorganizes the talents. Doesn't necessarily change them or change how what they do, like their effects. Just changes their visual approach on screen. So, Chinese, invisibility. Oh! If I do that, I'm using Cheat Plus to get that money. That's the only way I'll use that mod for this playthrough. Thought about using it, getting the money, and like going and buying like
Welcome back.
5,000 Kanut is a lot of what they say for certain mods. Other mods, somewhat say
Hello,
galleons.
Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
Nani?
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait
This'll be
there.
a trip.
Until then.
You can already tell. This will be a trip.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Oh, yes. Oh, and I did find a female unicorn. So we have a male and a female for that as well. What was it? What was I doing? Oh, I had, because I looked up the vivarium question that I had. I remembered like specific bee, specific variant. You know what? Yeah, lock. So we can do this.
Hello, Hamura.
Okay, nothing in here but this. Get into it. You come behind here.
Levioso.
Enter that one. It brings you up here. Which is just simply a chest. which brings you over here, which is really nothing. See, I mean, it's like a little. It's not even really a puzzle. Oh yes, the bath.
Hello,
Level
Hamura.
2. So we'll just auto solve that because we already did one. Alchemy. Well, of course, alchemy is never really touched on in the Harry Potter canon, sadly. Really awesome if it was. I mean, you learn of the Philosopher's Stone, that's it. And if anybody who's watched Full Metal Alchemist knows that version of the Philosopher's Stone, so you're wondering, like, okay, how did they make theirs? Huh. Hmm. But I mean, you can see, I really wanted this mod originally. Oh, that would have been a run for it. Hmm.
Hello, Hamura.
Sneaky, 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 sneaky white folks. Oh, another one of those. That'll be fun. What? How we just get a demigod one? Oh,
Hello,
that
Hamura.
must have been there, yeah. I also put a mod in called Auto Loop. So instead of me having to go around and clicking, like I'll have to search like chests and whatnot, but any loot that you grab off the ground, just naturally gets picked up. So I'm just trying it out, really. I ended up fully erasing that emote with NPC one because it just wasn't really helpful. Why is it always spiders? It's 2, which means crap. 9. Unicorn is 1. 10. That really squiggly thing. 7. Or no. I need another unicorn. Okay. I cannot math that up, apparently. Okay, to each their own. That's all I gotta say. To each their own. Bunch of statues. Centaur, werewolf, deer. Hippogriff. Got a bunch of individual. Lion. Another lion. A bunch of like deer. Bestial. And it's not a chimera. The chimera has the snake tail, not looks like a regular tail. F7. Okay. Seems somewhat fine. See?
Finite.
Oh, it does. Interesting. Interesting.
I shrunk my muscle.
Like that. I should be good actually go fast with that. It'd make traverse a little easier. I don't know. Oh.
Confringo. Accio.
There we go. You missed that. Okay. Now to Professor Fig. Now we get to have some fun. So either up a level or they're down.
I've been collecting his purple finds the entire term.
Now here, Professor Fig. The Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the Ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black.
He's enjoying
I'll
this.
see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
I don't know why shops always...
Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only... you'd asked me about a particular potion, and well,
I did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
Really? Why can't we talk about potions here? Seems fine to me.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather...
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the Ministry.
What could the headmaster want?
Oh yes, we're gonna have fun with this. I'll definitely ruin the letting people know things.
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
Professor Black, how are you, sir?
It's ominous. We'll talk.
Mr. Gauntlet, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's. Greetings!
Something is very wrong with
Professor, a word? Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall.
Oh, this is gonna be...
Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
Hogsmeade is the only door.
Oh.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better!
Professor, a word, please. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their
I don't know what you're
escapades.
talking about.
Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What?
No. They have to be
Goodness.
first.
Well, you cannot believe
Vengeance.
everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand that man.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Wait until Master sees what a wonderful job Scrope is doing.
Scrope!
Oh, boy.
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always
How you get away
pure.
with it?
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Ah! Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.